Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's JT, man. This video was so shocking that I'm gonna share with you today from Yankee Stackings. So I'm gonna do a review of it, just frame by frame, what I found to be pretty good information between Yankee Stacking, Tim, and the Stacking Surfer. So before I go any further, let's say hello to Rockamaz, who's in the house. How you, Rockamaz? Thank you for always being the first one in the building. Appreciate that. So, guys, if you want to support the channel, please go to PayPal, JTCoinRings at gmail.com. Also, if you'd like to pick up a coin ring from this channel, please go to JTCoinRings.com so you can pick up the latest coin rings I'll have on the platform, especially for the 2024. So just when we got that housekeeping out of the way, guys, I have this video here from Yankee Stacking that I want to talk about. Man, this video was pretty deep. This is a deep discussion. And why was it a deep discussion? It talked about the banking system. So I want to go right into that after I say hi to Tobacco Row. How you doing, Tobacco Row? Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. And also, guys, always go to the description of every video, because there I have the sponsors of the videos, the channel members, channels I think you should watch. Go to Watch Explore America, channel sponsor, along with Long Live Coins. He does auctions here on YouTube. Explore America talks about his journey around America. Go check him out as well. It's one of definitely the sponsors of our live streams. So today I want to tackle this video, this reaction. I thought it was a pretty good video because it's a conversation that we all should have or think about. And when I hear about the banking system collapsing or anything about digital currency, I always wonder, am I prepared? And let me tell you something. I sometimes feel that I'm not prepared enough. So after we hear parts of this, I want to ask you the question: how do you feel about your readiness of this new way that we would deal with our currency? Okay. I want to know if you feel that you're 100% prepared. And if not, what are the things that you're willing to do to get yourself prepared, right? Because, hey, it's serious out here. So I want to go ahead and play this disclaimer first, because I am going to share some information from Yankee Stackings' video. I'm going to also tag him in a video as well, so he knows that I'm using the content. All right. So before we go any further, this is this disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
Okay, thank you guys for staying towards that. Here I'm knocking over stuff. There you go. We got men of the metaverse checking in, JT, to keep up the work. My life, my money, my media. What's going on, my good friend? I'm gonna have to check out that channel as well. Thank you everyone for checking in. I appreciate it. We got Brock. What's going on? Thanks for coming in, Brock. Appreciate you for coming in. Once again, guys, I am talking about this video that Yankee Stacking put out, I think yesterday. Pretty good discussion. So let's check out some of it. I'm gonna have to put myself on mute so there won't be any echo. Put a 1 in the chat if you're able to hear me once I play it, okay? Cartoons and collecting, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. Hit that like button, guys. All right, let me go right into the video, put myself on pause, and listen close, everyone.
only find one that'll take cash still. One of them wants my fingerprints and wants my ID in order to sell or buy.
I think it's only a matter of time because and it's coming from the government. It's
What's only a matter of time?
That they have to close down my account.
The worst day on Wall Street since the crash of 19.
You can just put it on the scale over there if it weighs at least 600.
I see 20 in there.
I thought you were going to say put it on Yankees tab.
Yes.
Might as well.
Yeah, they're all the same. All right. These, I think.
For people that had beards, when they had a beard, so I got missing. Came with like a bunch of chemicals.
The 705.
Yeah.
It's official.
It is. Are you concerned that our banks could one day, in maybe your lifetime, have a holiday and you won't be able to get your money?
Yes, and from my discussions with certain bankers, they say that it appears that things are moving toward a digital currency, not at a very fast rate, but they're moving in that direction. And my question to him was, then what is there for? What's going to happen to the banks? There's no need for banks if you're going to have a countrywide digital currency.
Okay, so that right there is the first concern. When I was watching this video, the main thing was if a digital currency takes over our banking, our system, there are no need for banks. So we heard a couple months ago, we heard members of the stacking community, especially coin shops, had difficulties depositing large amount of money into their bank account, and some accounts were being closed. Now, the question is, why were their bank accounts being closed? There had to be a reason. Is there a change that happens? Because some of these shops have been operating for years. Why is it a problem that now that these coin shops are bringing in large amounts of cash? So in this video, Yankee Stacking asks the question, and Tim's going to answer. Okay. I want to acknowledge a couple more people who came into the chat. We have BH Customs. How you doing, BH? How you feeling? We also have Homestead Aquarius. How you feeling? Thanks for coming in. So as Homestead said, yes, he saw this episode as well, and it's kind of scary because if the banks start closing, how will that affect our households? Okay. How would that affect our households? Off-grid power. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Good seeing you. I haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Okay, so I'm going to go back. I'm going to put myself on mute, and I'm going to listen to more of what this video unfolds, okay? Fair use.
You won't need banks.
And then you don't need cash.
You don't need cash. Don't need banks.
So if they get rid of cash, you don't need a bank.
Don't need a bank.
If it's all digital, you don't need a bank.
Yep. And they probably will get rid of checking accounts because you're going to do everything with your digital account with the Fed.
I think we got about a year before checks are done.
Honestly, I don't think it's going to go there at all.
Yeah,
because there's too
fundamental
much
difference on this.
disruption to the entire economy and to people's lives. And people, when they find out what is really at stake, they may just wake up. It's not like it is now. And, with your kids who are coming out of college say, well, I use my card for everything anyway. It's not like that. They can control you. In other words, if you decide that you want to buy some ammo, I'm sorry.
You want to buy some ammo, man?
And they don't have to give you a reason.
I got a special way of doing that.
Okay.
All right, just from that point on. Now, tell me in the chat now exactly what we learned so far on this. If they close accounts. They'll close checking accounts, saving accounts. If the banks close, there's no need for cash. So what would we do? Because everything will be tracked from that point on. Okay. Now, Stacking Surfer said that he believes this could happen as fast as next year. Tim made a rebuttal and said it would be devastating to the economy and people's way of life if it happens that quick. I kind of agree with Tim. I don't think it can happen all of a sudden, not in a year, but I can see the closing of bank accounts, the closing of using large amounts of cash, as some coin shops have been using, could be a problem. Now, they made a good point of tracking, all right, tracking your money and tracking your purchases. Something as simple as buying arms, buying ammo. Okay. So what do you guys think in the chat? Let me know what you think in the chat if you have any comments on what we've seen so far. I'm going to put a link in the chat. And if you have something to share, I would love if you can come up and share your thoughts on what we've shown so far in this reaction video. Okay, because I thought it was pretty, pretty serious. And I'm still learning about this process of also protecting myself. But some of the things that was mentioned in this video, I am not prepared for. And I want to know how many people who seen this video feel the same way that I feel. Okay. How you doing, Joey Lopez? How you feeling? Thanks for coming in, my friend. Tobacco Rose says, I have not wrote a check in 10 years. Me either. I find no need. I remember checks used to be a big part of my banking. I used to wait for it to be delivered to my house. You couldn't do anything until it was delivered. But the coming of debit cards and the ability to buy things online has eliminated the need for checks on a daily basis. So I believe it. Tobacco Rose says, I do not believe they will close the U.S. Mint. These guys are using fear to sell you silver. Okay. And Brock states that I think it's all about control. Brock, I definitely agree with that. Rock Amar says, I pay all my bills in person with cash. I don't want to do it digitally. Okay, that makes sense. It makes perfect sense. And then Men of the Metaverse says, this trend been phrasing and since the widespread usage of the internet via cell phone. Banks are closing now and using telemachine bank positions are being cut. Homestead Aquarius says that it will be complete and total digital slavery. Totally agree with everything that was mentioned on this chat so far. All right. We have our first person up, a friend to the channel. Definitely has a great channel. I call him a man of thought. We have our friend Chaos Reigns. What's going on, Chaos?
Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Yes, yes.
Thanks for coming up, brother.
How you doing, man? You saying that you want only physical cash and your disposal for your wonderful rings that you make, JT?
Look, I'm right now. I took an order recently, Chaos. A person wanted he wanted a silver ring done. I have to find he wanted, and so instead of using cash, we bartered.
Good.
He wanted a silver ring done with these peace dollars. We see silver peace dollars, 90% silver.
Okay.
And we talked about it before he sent them to me. And we said, hey, can I pay you with a peace dollar and 2 mercury dimes? Well, I know that these are worth money. I know that these have intrinsic value because it is silver. So I took them.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Because also I can take this silver and I can create a ring that will, multiply its value. So it did better than cash for me. The $45 that I usually charge for the labor to make this ring,
Mhm.
I would definitely make it more now if I sell another piece dollar, and I can give these as giveaways, which would be, something good for the channel. So I took the barter, and this is what we're going to have to do based off what this is being said so far on this video, because like if it's all digital, it's going to be the government's ability to see exactly what we purchase. What do you think about that, Chaos?
Well, the government, like most institutions and outside America, is even more control. They were going to move towards complete control, and how you do it is control the wallet of the people. That was always been in the plan since Rothschilds and other bankers for centuries now. You get me? You control the wallet. You don't have to really worry about everything else, about the politics and stuff, because I got the money.
That's
You
right.
need money to survive. People only go through systems and go through any form of community in a way of money. We don't trade and barter like we did in centuries time. I mean, some people will do that, but most of every transaction for hundreds and hundred years will some exchange of currency, whether it's gold, silver, or fiat paper currency. No one doesn't know about trade and bar or say, you give me this, I give you that. I mean, we eventually, depending on what value people have around them, they're going to have to really go back to that. I mean, but the problem is you need some exchange to go back with it if, let's say, you had to go through this digital monetary system completely. I think with digitalization, this was always the next step since after 2008.
Right.
If you look at the person that even created the digital currency we call Bitcoin, they don't even know the actual person. They said someone from Asia, but they can't really pinpoint to say who actually created it. So obviously, it's some other bigger head brought forth it because this was another chess move.
Right. Now we have a couple comments. Let me go to the comments real quick, Chaos, before I let you continue to cook. Cartoons and collecting state that it completely against cashless banks. I'm completely against cashless banks, and it should be that way, the way it was. I don't want my personal purchases tracked by the government. What about people that are not tech savvy and left behind? Well, we felt the same way, cartoons and collecting, about when people start using cell phones. Think about it. Everything was analog, everything, but now everything has to be using this phone. It's a lot of people who've been left behind. If it wasn't for someone in your family that make you abreast, you just have to deal with it. That's RL CoinRings. Thanks for coming in, my friend. RL CoinRings says it's no escaping the digital age. And I think he has a point there. We go off to say a little bit more about off-grid power. Says, I see everything going digital soon, but probably not for a few years. Private transactions will still happen, whether it is metals, foods, skills, etc. Good point. And then we have Homestead Aquarius. His state was the ease of use and convenience of paying with a card, a phone, or chip is one thing they use to make people want to go along with the system of control. It's a lure, but there is a hook in it. My thought exactly. And basically off grid is agreeing with you, talking about trade and barter. So based off those comments, what do you think, Chaos? I'll go to one more question until Chaos gets back on. It said, so if they control the money, they control your life in action. Absolutely correct. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Thank you. Breeze, hit that like button, guys. Homestead Aquarius says they don't care about the folks that are not tech savvy, much less those are not. Most definitely do not care. The plan is the plan. So that's all they really care about. And you have to kind of catch up, and you will have to get the skills that's needed. So barter is definitely what you going to need during this time. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit more in this video, and then I'm gonna ask Chaos to add some more context to it. Okay. All right, mute everybody real quick.
Yeah.
In California.
One of the lucky ones, yeah.
Out of state.
Yeah.
Smart.
No, but they can control everything you do.
Yep.
And if you look at this government, which thinks it's all right to weaponize departments in the government against your competition, your chief opponents, then that's an important deal, to weaponize your all the departments of the government against your opponents. But it's a very small step to weaponize the government against you and me, because we're not opponents to anybody, but we're still a threat.
Is there anything you can share about what you're going through in the bank? In a general sense,
I think the problem is the amount of cash that I deposit, and of course they're charging, and that fee is going up January 1st. I think it's only a matter of time, because it's coming from the government. It's
what's only a matter of time?
That they have to close down my account, and it's just the cash is the problem. Cash has always been the trigger for the IRS. Somebody at the IRS, and probably somebody who's not very bright, has decided that, well, anybody who's depositing that much cash must be doing something illegal. That's the attitude. And
they'll ask you for it as you're withdrawing your own money. They'll ask you what it's for.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? It's like, well, it's my money.
You preach to the choir.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody's getting the same thing. There's no reason to be treated like a criminal when you walk in the bank. And if they really want to know where I'm getting the cash, they can always come in and look at my receipts. I have receipts for every dime.
Yes, I know.
And they are charging me 25 basis points, and now it's going to 30. But it's
can you find a different bank, Tim?
Oh well, I've checked with Chase, and I checked with Bank of America. They're all the same.
How about a credit union?
Okay. So let me go put Chaos back on. So basically what Tim is talking about now is his biggest issue, because of the large amount of cash that he is depositing. So as you see, it's about the tracking. It's about like, where are you getting this cash from? So they really want to know, okay, every penny, how are you getting it? And since COVID, since we had this opportunity, we became like no coins. That was, to me, the first step. You had to have either exact the dollar amount, or you had to use your card digitally. And they used it. They said this was the case because less germs are transmitted. As we know, coins hold a whole bunch of germs and things, and so that was their main reason. But I believe it was the first phase out of this plan of a cashless society. Remove majority of the change, which I think they have been successful of it. You don't see many people either giving change or receiving change, not in my travels. What about you, Chaos?
Hold on. I had to step away. I mean,
okay.
I wish you did this a little sooner, but we'll have to do this another time. All right.
All right, no problem, brother. But thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. So that's the thing about it. So we've realized that it's becoming very limited on how we see cash, even change. So will it be to a point that we stop seeing dollars as much? So let me go to the chat and welcome some of the people who just came in. Tobacco Row says, so can you buy silver with a digital coin? That is a good question. Okay. We have OC Stacker in the house. What's going on? Welcome to the chat. Rakamah says the sickness was the perfect storm to change everything. I haven't seen that, but maybe I need to check it out. The sickness. Thanks for mentioning that, Rakamah. Off-Grid Power says feeling like a criminal when you walk into the bank. Exactly why you trade in barter, and barter is so important. Yep, absolutely. So we have to think about it. What are we going to do? Because if it's being tracked, people thought that if we turn towards digital currency, such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, that we would have the ability to transfer peer to peer and that it could be honest. Well, now the bank's saying they don't believe you're honest if you bring a large amount of cash. But good thing that Tim stated is that I have receipts. I keep good books. Is that enough to keep these accounts open? Or will all accounts fall to the wayside eventually? That is the question. You know, that is the question. So let's go on a little more and check out some more of this video. I'll put myself on mute.
Well, I'm talking with the credit union because I do have an account there. I'm going to sit down with them for other reasons.
Good.
You know, but the other thing is, you know, might as well get the word out now. If you can give me a check, give me a check. Okay.
Wow.
For people who are local, if you know, give me a check and you can come back and pick up whatever it is, that's fine.
That is a sad commentary, though, Tim.
It is, but it's coming from the top. You know, the attitude of every department in the government is coming right from the top, and you know, they think it's all right to weaponize the government against your opponents. I mean, that's fascism.
I'm just looking to do a small transaction.
Well, that's not a problem. I mean, you know, and we still pay cash when people want cash. If you're going to go to the bank and take your accounts out, they're not going to give you a check because you're not going to want a check. You want cash. And people don't understand if they want to cause a run on the banks, just tell everybody, oh, the currency in January 1st is going to be all digital.
It's not going to be
boy,
announced.
Would that cause a run on the banks?
It's not going to be announced.
Yeah, it'll be a big holiday.
Oh, say, and how are they going to do this?
It'll be a
How are
big
they
holiday that they just.
Okay,
It'll be a cyber attack, most likely.
Yeah, but what are they going to do about getting all that cash back? What are they going to do?
Oh,
and
you offer $1.10 for every
what,
dollar.
What do you do if you're the only country in the world that has a digital currency? What do you do then? Does that mean you don't travel anywhere? Europe has been pushing a digital currency for a long time, but you know, people are starting to think, well, that's not really very good. You know, a lot of systems won't work, period, without cash.
Good point. Tim makes a good point there. Even if America, United States go 100% cashless, right? How is that going to affect other parts of the world? You know, we just can't think that the universe revolves around us. We also have to understand we have an international market. So all these, this is why I love this discussion so much, because there's so many sides of it, and so many sides that Tim brought up, Stacking Surfer brought up, that Yankee Stacking he asked, you know, and it made me pull up this question here by Tobacco Road. It stated that I don't understand why I would not be able to buy Morgan dollars on eBay with digital money. You would. You can basically buy it now. You use your debit card, right? And your debit card sends that transaction to eBay, and eBay thus, you know, takes it from your bank, give it to the person who's selling it, and then that person mails it to you. You didn't take cash out or anything. Digital money will be just that form. It'll just be everything. We may not have the option to carry the coins or the cash. Everything will be digital. So yeah, I think you can purchase silver still, but the whole point is the tracking and the ability that nothing could be under the table. Let's just say it out in the open. Nothing would be under the table. Everything will be seen. And that is the problem I think majority of the people feel. Give me a 1 in the chat if you think that's the reason, if I'm correct in those sentiments, or number 2 if you don't think that was correct. Let me know in the chat what you think there. And I'm going to go straight to the next comment. We have cooking, collecting, and crafts. Cashless economy would hurt the youth having jobs like babysitting, paper routes, cutting lawns, and snow shoveling. It could. But majority of the work that was done in the snow of last year, I paid that person through Cash App. I paid that person through Cash App. The person who cuts my lawn, he gets paid through Cash App. Okay. Brock says, I don't think we will be allowed to buy silver and gold with digital because that is real money. And if it's in our hands, the government can't control it. Okay, that's a good point. But if I'm not mistaken, in certain coin stores, you can bring cash up to a certain amount and you don't have to pay taxes, right? If you use Bitcoin, because you can buy Bitcoin with JM Bullion, you can buy Bitcoin. You can buy gold and silver with Bitcoin at JM Bullion because I've seen it on there, PayPal. So you can use digital currency to buy precious metals. People are doing it now. You know, people are doing it now. You can use it. All right. Let me see if I can get some more comments. Homestead Aquaria says you will be able to buy anything they want you to be able to buy. That's true. Okay. Tobacco Rosa, so what I have to worry about is they won't let me buy silver or chocolate cake. Homestead Aquarius says, if you buy gold or silver or other things of value, they will tax you on it and make it off you for as long as the system shows you own it. Think about it. They taxed me on silver already. That's right. Aquarius, I'm keeping Rose. I'm gonna move this. I'm just knocking it over. Sorry. Keevan Rose, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. I says Aquarius, they already do that. Royalty tax and sales tax. Okay. Homestead says digital is the end of freedom. Most definitely. What's up, Keevan? Thanks for coming in. Let's read some more. And Homestead says that's right, Keevan. If they know you have it, that's right. So now they know you have it because at times you can use cash to buy a couple pieces. You can, and then no one knows you have it because there's no digital traction of it. You may not have even have a receipt. All your coin shop has to say, "Hey, I made purchases." They didn't tell you who they made the sale to. You know, so that's the way that your identity is safe. And they never really have to know how much silver and gold you have. But with this digital, they will see exactly who did it and who bought it, you know. Brock says, I've never seen or held a Bitcoin. Have you? I've never held it. I've never seen it. I've seen the symbol. I use a platform that allows me to trade, buy or sell it, you know. Tobacco Rose says, don't you have to do away with the Constitution to make all this happen? Slowly but surely, they're doing with the Constitution. They're blurring the lines so many times. Don't you agree? Keevan says no. Okay, so as we see, this has a lot of debate. Definitely a lot of debate. That's why I will never trust big banks, Cash App, PayPal. They all have one of the most sketchy security along with Bitcoin. I agree. It says, Keevan Rose says store has cameras, streets have cameras. You probably have a home security camera. Any of these can be subpoenaed and used as proof as you owning anything. Good point. It's a good point. RL says, I've seen a couple Bitcoins made from silver. I must say, I have made a Bitcoin ring. I must say, silver composition, 0.999 fine silver. Yes, I have. Cooking, Collecting, and Craft says it will stop kids from having lemonade stands. No, they just have to put their Cash App, Venmo, or even Zelle if it's a business that they started. So yes, they won't use maybe nickels and dimes unless their parents know about the importance of having precious metals. So maybe some constitutional silver. You know, these will definitely be collector items. Cartoons and collecting. There was a time in U.S. history that it was illegal to own gold. Sometimes past repeats itself. That's right. It was a time that they asked to confiscate the gold. Okay. Most people didn't do it. Some people did. And then we learned about inflation and how they kind of like hook and bait, right? All right. We have Michael Stacking states that who is working to finalize the control over our national health system, meaning that you will have a national health ID where you must obey their rules. Coupled with CBDC, they enforce the rules. Once again, another form of control, most definitely. These are the reasons why we have to have certain things in place. I believe in certain communities, I remember here in Baltimore, they wanted a certain amount of their women in their community to go to school for nursing, some for accounting. Men had certain businesses that benefited the community. We will have to really, lean on each other when it comes down to supporting each other's needs. Barter will have to come into place in small communities. Will it work in large communities? Money has to flow. Things have to be created. Things have to be sold. Can we do it on a large scale? I don't know. But I tell you, we will have to, lean on each other in small communities. Okay. Cartoons. It is illegal to own gold currency. That's why people converted all their silver that was hidden into flatware and silverware. And if you like to, you can also make it a coin ring. Okay. If you like to make some of your gold a coin ring, bring it right along. All right. I read another comment. People should not take this casually. This is the time to know what your local public servants are going to do and make sure they do not go along with any of this legislation. Good point. I have the silverware. Most definitely. I got some of that silverware as well. And I remember, Tobacco Road, that you told me that you bought a silver spoon recently. Okay. Brock says there are some things we need not to comply, and this is one of those things. I agree 100%. And Keevan, with your skill, you can also turn some things into some wearable goods so we can carry it in need be, right? Okay, guys, we will be right back. I want to take this break, and we will go back to finishing watching some of this video from Yankee Stacking. Be right back.
Take pride in your stack and wear it. Johnson Toe is an American craftsman who could take your favorite coin design and create art that you'd be very proud to wear and something very special to share. JTCoinRings, handcrafts, handmade jewelry, especially for you.
Hey, welcome back, guys. I'd like to thank you all for being here. I appreciate you coming and joining in this conversation. This right here, this video was shocking. This video was created by Yankee Stacking up in Connecticut, and we had the stacking surfer inside this video, and also Yankee Stacking talking to Tim about this shocking truth that his bank account may be closed down one day. We don't know when, but I want to go ahead and talk and let this conversation brew a little more. So let's go right into it. Let me mute my mic and we can continue.
All right, so let's say you run a laundromat and you still take quarters. So you had to convert over all the machines. The government going to pay for that? They're not going to pay for that.
Central bank digital currency came up the fourth and final Republican debate that nobody watched because Trump wasn't there. And they asked him asked Ron DeSantis, he spoke out against it. I think they know it's already happening and that it's going to happen behind the scenes without their congressional control or presidential control. Do you agree with that?
Unfortunately, I do. So I think there's a couple things that could happen. One is I'm starting to see banks are charging money to deposit. So as you go to deposit cash, it's becoming more expensive, and I could see them starting to charge you to take cash out.
It's not very practical. And sooner or later, somebody in the government will say, well, if we do this, what happens to this? And, because they don't consider the ramifications of any of their decisions now. That's what it means to be a congressman. You don't have to think about anything. You just do what you're told. But there are people who are considering all the bad things that are going to happen with the digital currency.
My LCSs are, I can only find one that'll take.
All right, good point that was made there. Okay, we had, Tim saying that, hey, we got to stand up for this. And I remember somewhere in this chat, and I'm going to go to the chat and pull that up. Kevin Rose said it here. He said, city halls are open to the public. The best way to be heard, show up and be heard. We have to stand up to this. Now, standing up may slow the process, but it may, the ball may continue to roll. So how do we prepare? That's the question. How do we prepare? Okay. All right. We have Dove Season 91 coming in the house. How you doing? Thanks for coming. I sure could use a set of silver knuckles. Know any capable of making me a set? I do. We have BH Customs. BH Customs, if you can wait to the end of this video, you go to the description of this video. I'll put BH Customs. I'll put his channel right inside here. If you may know him, BH Customs will be able to make a pair of silver pair. Kevin Rose, also a silversmith. Check out Kevin Rose. Kevin, you can also make a pair of knuckles, I'm sure. So if you can hook up with Dove Season 91. I never made a pair, but I think I've seen some made. So I think the two people that I mentioned right here are able to make it in the chat. So Kevin, if you can, hook up with Dove Season 91, okay? Okay, so this is so far, like he stated, we got to make some type of noise about this, because if we don't, it's just going to happen and we just become sitting ducks. So it's very important that even if we have people to fight on our behalf, those who are there to take care of their homes, we got to prepare. When I heard this, I realized, man, I got some work to do. Okay, I have some work to do. So let's go ahead and finish some of this off. Remember, this fair use is the reaction video. So let's go. I'm gonna mute my mic and continue.
Take cash still. All the rest of them want to take checks or give you a check. One of them wants my fingerprints and wants my ID in order to sell or buy. And so they're really trying to start tracking transactions and understanding, what you're doing.
That's not good.
Well, hopefully they insult and annoy enough people that people might wake up and not allow it. It's a very bad idea. And fraud is just the least of their problems, because the government hasn't been able to stop fraud anywhere, anytime. But it is, I don't think it'll ever work.
I don't think there's any stopping it, Tim.
Well, there may not be any stopping, but it's going to be a disaster after it takes place.
I 100% agree.
You don't think it's going to stop?
I do not think it's going to stop.
Why? Why?
Because I think there's powers that are in control above our government, from outside of our government, who, example, whether it's Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. World Economic Forum, New World Order, World Health Organization. There's people up there that are looking to run it, and they're on both.
Okay. So this gentleman talks about, we had a saying that I know that floated around about Rockefeller says, I do not care who rules the government. I only care who controls the money. I don't know if I probably chopped that up. I probably chopped it up, but it basically said this guy believes that there's other people, other forces, bigger banks that really control things. And if they want this to happen, it's going to happen. Put a 1 in the chat if you believe that. Okay. Put a 2 in the chat if you think that it has no merit. I just want to know exactly what the chat thinks in this time frame. Okay. So Homestead Aquarius says Tim is screaming internally right now in this video. I think you're right. I really think, I think Tim is like, but I definitely hear you. So I see some 1s, I see some 2s. Okay. Tobacco Rose says, doesn't CBDC need a congressional vote? They can't just put this into place as an executive order. It's definitely right. You got to think about it. There's still rules and regulations on how things happen. There's procedures, there's a process, right? So things just can't happen. So we have to realize that their bills have to be passed. Bought up, bills have to be passed, voted on. So so it's steps to this. But we are starting to see things happening. And how many of us are taking these bills and examining it, talking about it on our channels? I know I'm not. I would like to do so. I like to listen to people who are talking about it so I can be a little bit aware. That's why I like this conversation. So even this guy here, his conversation is warranted because there's people who believe just that as well. So you got to have that talk. All right, let me mute my mic and let it continue.
Sides. I don't think it's a left or a right anymore.
No, and it's going to come in behind the scenes, whether we realize it or not. We're all going to have an entry on the Federal Reserve's ledger, Tim, if we don't already right now.
I think it's already been established. I can't prove that, but from what I personally see out there, and I'm just a guy that works and gets up every day, and there's this thought process that we're all somehow getting rich and we're all somehow avoiding and evading and not paying taxes. We, the citizens, are paying our taxes. The returns are harder, they're more complicated. And even, and let's say in a hypothetical, let's say Republicans win this time, it'll just simply slow it down maybe by a little. And
it's happening now.
And so it's the banks are changing how they charge fees. I happen to bank at TD Bank. Good luck getting cash. If you're doing anything over $600, you have to fill out a form. And if you're asking to get out more than $1,500, they're having you fill out a form.
Yeah, TD Bank is a mess. I don't like that Canadian bank. I really don't.
The $600 rule, that thing's crazy. So the fact that they're tracking every transaction or all the transactions we do once we hit over $600 with a person, not good. And then when I do think the digital currency is coming, and I think it's going to happen.
I do too.
Don't expect it, and I think it's going to be something that most people will accept when it comes out because they're going to have.
I agree with that too.
Or they're not going to be able to transact. Most people don't have any of this shiny stuff to barter with, and most people don't have any extra food laying around the house or water to kind of establish themselves. They're going to have to just go with whatever's the system at use.
Are you going to?
Right there, bomb should be dropping right there. Think about that. Exactly what Stacking Surface stated, right? People don't have the shiny metal. They have no ability to barter. They don't have enough food and water to even have a say. The basic necessities, guys, right? The basic necessities. So I believe what he stated right there. I'm not going to play the whole video, guys, because this is I want you to go to Yankee Stackings, go check it out. But I did want to bring up this point here. Okay. It says in 1815, Rothschild made his famous statement, "I care not what puppet is placed upon the throne of England to rule the empire on which the sun never sets." I think he has some more. It states that the man who controls British money supply controls the British Empire, and I control the British money supply. Good gracious. So that was a statement. Okay. Thanks for bringing it up, Homestead. Appreciate that. We got some more comments. Use the red number on your Social Security card. Enter into the U.S. Treasury bond search. Use your birthday. Click enter. See your monetary value to the government. I heard this before. How many people heard this information that Kevin just shared? Okay. I've heard that before, Kevin. Yeah, so it's a lot of comments in here. Most definitely. Okay. Explore America is here. Thank you for coming in, my friend. Explore America has a wonderful channel here on YouTube. Go check them out. If you go to the description of this video, you will see his link to go check his videos out. Go check out my friend Explore America, who is also a member of the JTCoinRings channel. So he definitely supports the channel in more than one way. I definitely appreciate him for coming here, always stopping in to the chat. So go check out my friend Explore America. Let me put him on the ticker right now. Okay. All right. So guys, so what do you think? Give me some more of your comments, your thoughts, your concerns about all this. I tell you, it's when I saw this video, it was shocking. It was shocking. This video was shocking to me. I'm telling you. So he says, do you have to become a sovereign citizen to touch that money, which means you forfeit everything? You cannot but buy license plates. You cannot collect Social Security. Wow. That's true. I heard that before. I heard all this stuff is what Keevan's talking about with Social Security, the money, the value to the government. I need to do some more research on that. Off-Grid says, I hate to, that guy, but please prepare food, water, power, protection, beans, and Band-Aids. I think those items will be invaluable currency. And Keevan says, I'm already a sovereign citizen. This is true. That is true. So he has some information. Okay, he has some information. Basically, you are kicked out of the federal system. Wow. Okay. Cooking, Collecting, and Craft says, some of your seniors don't know how to digitally banking and don't have someone to teach them how to. The government will just implement the change. This is the thing. This is the thing here. We have to be aware of, and we have to look after our seniors, our elders, and we have to prepare the village for what's going to happen. This is true. Explore America says the time is coming. You will get the money and you won't have to become sovereign. That's stuff I have to research. So that's definitely a discussion for another time. So I can get more more information on this. and Explore America. I'll go live with you, JT. Explain it someday. Most definitely. Please do. Please do. Guys, before we go, definitely want to play our membership commercial. Thank you for guys for coming here and we have this lively discussion. We got 55 minutes an hour. I'm gonna let you guys know exactly where I am with my watch hours. So here we go right now. Okay, we had 3,739 hours. I reaching my goal of 4,000 watch hours. Hopefully, I can make it by the end of this week. But I would not get this close if it wasn't for you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, I am doing a giveaway, and I want to make sure that you all know about it. I'm doing a giveaway on my membership channel. So those who are not members, please consider being members. And I have a video here that you may know the person that's in it. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Red-Headed Step Stacker, and since I've become a member of the JTCoinRings channel, my life has improved dramatically. Yankee Stacking has been contacting me for silver advice. My ex-wife started paying me alimony. And beautiful women at least 2 or 3 times a day approach me with my favorite desserts. So if you want to improve your lifestyle, I highly recommend becoming a member of the JTCoinRings channel, the hardest working guy on YouTube.
There we go. Become a member of the JTCoinRings channel and go check out my friend Explore America, the channel sponsor. Go check out my friend Explore America. Now, guys, I have a giveaway, and the video that I have a giveaway on consists of the video that I did yesterday, live stream I did yesterday. Go check it out. Now, people are writing in this comment. Now, I ask you to make sure you use real specific on what I said, because I'm doing a comment picker by the end of the week, and you're getting a chance to win this silver coin. Okay, this is 1 ounce. This is a holiday coin, guys. So I want you to go to that video, and if you don't get it specifically what the saying is, you're not going to be eligible to win. First, you have to be a member. And you have to write exactly what I stated, okay? I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of it right now. Look, 1 ounce of silver. Look at that. This is 1 ounce of silver. Because this is the money show, the Fast Money Tips by Nikki Connected, Nikki for real. I'm giving away 1 ounce of silver. This is beautiful holiday silver. This is money. Everyone knows how much silver is. You know, silver is an intrinsic metal, right, that holds value. But in order to bring value to this channel, I need you to hit the like button. I need you to comment. I need you to come back once this video is over, once it's embedded. I need you to come back and say, I want a chance to win. Hey, that's right. You got to go check that video out, so you can get exactly what I said. And once you get exactly what I said, put it in the comments of that video, okay? And then you have a chance to win this 1 ounce round, okay? Now, if you become a member of the channel, you have also an opportunity to win this 1 ounce pour. Now, almost close to 1 ounce pour that I did. So go check out the membership video for those who are members, and you get a chance to win this 1 ounce pour, or close to 1 ounce pour, that I did with the scraps of all my rings of the months of 2023. Okay, so go check it out. Okay, go check that out, and go watch my friend Explore America. His information is in the video description. Okay, all right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you all for all your comments and everything. Thank you for all who came in to hit the like button, came in and kept the chat jumping. Now it's back for me. I got to get ready to go to work tonight. So I will see all of you tomorrow at 4:30. All right. Thank you. Take care, guys. I love you. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Take pride in your stack and wear it. Johnson Toe is an American craftsman who could take your favorite coin design and create art that you'd be very proud to wear and something very special to share. JTCoinRings, handcrafts, handmade jewelry, especially for you.